Hi, everybody. This is Robin from Western Mass, and it is Sunday, February 27th, 2022, last Sunday in February, and this is the Morgellons call of the week. I want to welcome everyone to the call. Today's topic is going to be scratching the itch. I think I got that right. And so I'm thrilled to be here with Richard Kuhns, the author of the 11th edition of How to Get Your Life Back from Morgellons and Other Skin Parasites, a book that has continually saved my life and my house and my stuff. And Richard is an expert on getting your life back. He's been in the trenches with us for many years. He has overcome incredible obstacles, and I'm honored to be his co-host. So join me in welcoming Richard Kuhns, the author of How to Get Your Life Back from Morgellons and Other Skin Parasites.
Thank you, Robin. Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here. Welcome, everybody. We are here to provide support in you getting your lives back. And we know it is not an easy path. And we also know it is a realistic path, that hundreds of people have employed this diet and the approach that we use to get their lives back. Today's subject is itching that, well, your skin itches. It's scratching that itch. It's what the topic is about. And when I ran across this research, I don't know, about a year or so ago, it absolutely floored me. And, you know, if you're dealing with skin parasites, whether they're mites or springtails or whatever the heck it is, they're kind of resilient. But it's amazing how they can get, it's amazing how your body's processes can work in their advantage to make life even more miserable than it already is. And simply scratching that itch can contribute to that. Do you believe that, Robin?
Absolutely, absolutely. But it's the hardest thing to do, not to scratch.
Yeah. Mary is also on the call. Mary, how do you believe that too? That scratching that itch can actually work against you?
Oh, absolutely, in so many ways. Yes.
Yeah. So, well, let me get into the Fda disclosure first, because we have a jam-packed meeting here. We got a lot of information to cover, and the FDA requires me to inform everybody on this call that none of us are medical doctors, and before you start the King Diet or accept any of my recommendations, you're to thoroughly discuss them with your physician to make sure they do not interfere with any health problems you're presently experiencing. The AMA and FDA also require me to tell you that we are not here, we're not trained physicians, so we cannot diagnose, we do not diagnose, cure, mitigate, or treat any disease. What we are allowed to do is to educate you, and that's what this program is about, education. Education, how the dietary change can make a difference, whether you're dealing with mites or springtails or Morgellons or do you know what? Basically any parasite, skin parasite. So education and how to make that diet work, education and how to get them out of your environment, education and how to clean them out of your skin, and we can educate you in which targeted supplements are beneficial to build health and immune functioning. That's what our purpose is. Now, we've collected a few phone numbers before the program started. We're going to open up the lines to each one. Chris is going to call your number to the last 4 digits. And this is not the Q&A part, but since we have your number, I'm going to ask you about your itching. How have the organisms driven you crazy? Do you scratch and scratch? You know, tell me about that. That's what I want to know about. later on, we'll go into the second segment, and if you have specific questions, then we'll handle them then. So we're going to open up, and I just want to talk to each and every one of you to find out how much the scratching has been. Okay, who's our first person? Chris. How much scratching you do to your skin?
Depends on the diet. If I eat something on the diet that I'm okay with, I don't have much itching. If that means cooking most of my food,
okay,
and not eating out.
But when you don't, and when you feel the itching, how much scratching do you do? Do you do a lot of scratching? Is it relentless? Is it just occasional? I mean, give us an idea about your scratch factor.
It hits me like a bombshell, and I am just madly itching for a while. If I don't really drop it, drink a lot of fluids, and behave myself.
Okay.
Nutritionally.
Tell us about, do you scratch those itches? Do you scratch them?
In the beginning,
do you use your fingernails to scratch?
In the beginning, I'm driven to scratch, mostly on my legs, and I have to quit just by force and start using the vinegar and a mix of.
Okay. What
Yeah,
what I'm interested in now is that you scratch to a point where you have to stop. Is that because you start creating wheals on your skin? There's a redness? Do you start creating rashes from the scratching? Is that why you have to stop?
I have to stop before I get to that point because I'll break the skin, it will bleed, and that sets up another problem.
That's exactly what I wanted to know. Thank you very much, Maria. Okay, so Chris is going to call up the next four. So if you listen to my exchange with Maria, you know what I'm looking for. You know, I'm not looking about whether you're on the diet or not on the diet. That's good if you are. That's great if you are. I'm looking at when you have the itching, to what degree do you scratch, and what happens? Do you get wheals on your skin? Do you create rashes? Do you break the skin with the intensity of the itch? This is what I'm looking for. Who's next, Chris?
How you doing, Rich? It's Nick.
Yes, Nick.
Yeah, I scratched maybe not creating lesions, but it could happen sometimes. Yes, I do scratch. Ultimately, depends. Like right now, I'm not, but
right. But to when before you got into the program, to what degree did you scratch?
Oh, forget it. Like a 20. I'll give it to you that much. I would scratch so much in bed. That's all I would do was scratch because I didn't know what to do.
Right. Okay. That's what I'm looking for here. Thank you very much, Nick. Who's next, Chris?
So I do scratch. I try to more rub than scratch because you don't want to spread it, and you don't want to get it under your nails and then spread it that way. So
right.
I'm sort of new. Mine just popped up in the first week of January, so kind of new.
All right, thank you. Yes, rubbing is definitely better than scratching. So let's go on to the next person. See who's next.
Anna?
Yes, hi. Thank you very much for this call. I have been scratching my scalp. I have scabs, and it wasn't a very good thing for me to scratch the scabs until they started bleeding, and I have a cyst on my spine that evolved within the past week, and putting some antibacterial product on it, but it does itch, and I know that the scratching sometimes is really, so uncomfortable, and my cyst on my spine is very red. So the bottom line is, how does one prevent, not scratching when it's just so uncomfortable? That's my question too.
Right, that's what this is going to be about. We're going to look into those options that you have. Thank you very much. Right now we want to make sure that we have the right people on board here, and you certainly are one of the right people on board. Thank you. Who's next?
Renee.
Hi, Renee.
Hi. I don't have scratching, but I have problems with biofilm, and it's affecting my sinuses, and I get headaches.
So Renee, you don't end up having a lot of itching going on?
No.
Okay, great. All right. So we'll discuss the biofilm in the next segment in the Q&A. We'll keep the number. Okay. So who's next?
Hi there. So I have had very, very intense itching along this journey at this time. It has subsided a little bit after many, many months of medication. Is definitely not gone at all, but in this moment it is subsiding. But yes, I have had intense scratching where I would scratch myself in my sleep and not even know it. So.
All right. To what degree have you scratched yourself? To the point that you create wheals? To the point rashes appear? To the point?
In the past, I'm not now at all. So my skin is pretty good right now. But in the past, it would create rash, and then like almost red blood vessels would come to the surface from scratching at nighttime while I was sleeping, and I wouldn't even realize that I was doing that to my arms until I woke up with the itching.
Okay.
So it was very, very, very intense and severe.
Thank you very much, Keisha. Thank you.
Okay.
All right. I think we've had several people on the call already share their experience and to the degree in which they scratch themselves. This segment is about scratching. It's not about anything else. We have a zillion other topics that we can discuss, but this is about scratching. And according to the article in Frontiers Immunology, January 6, 2016, mast cells are immune cells of the myeloid lineage and are present in connective tissue throughout the body. The activation and degranulation of mast cells significantly modulates many aspects of physiological and pathological conditions in various settings. With respect to normal physiological functions, mast cells are known to regulate vasodilation, vascular homeostasis, innate and adaptive immune response, angiogenesis, and venom detoxification. On the other hand, mast cells have also been implicated in the pathophysiology of many diseases, including allergy. On the other hand, mast cells have also been implicated in the pathophysiology of many diseases, allergy, asthma, anaphylaxis, gastrointestinal disorders, many types of malignancies, and cardiovascular diseases. This review summarizes the current understanding of mast cells in many pathophysiological conditions. So what does that have to do with scratching? Well, what happens is that the scratching your skin causes mast cells to expand, which can lead to leaky gut syndrome, as reported in an article appearing in Immunity published 4/23/19 titled Mechanical Skin Injury Promotes Food Anaphylaxis and Driving Intestinal Mast Cells Expansion. As the mast cells expand, that is, inflame, when the cell expands, it's being inflamed. It can lead to leaky gut syndrome, which in turn leads to toxins and allergens being leaked through the small intestinal wall into the bloodstream. See how this all ties in? As mast cells expand, their actions can lead to leaky gut syndrome, a condition that comprises the intestinal walls and allows toxins and allergens to enter the bloodstream. So scratching is not the thing we want to do. We want to get away from that as much as possible because I believe it was Socrates, one of those guys way back then, says that all disease begins in the gut, and leaky gut syndrome is a problem that's going to really screw up your immune functioning. So it's amazing how these organisms, they don't understand this, but they are creating a situation by creating this itch that causes you to scratch it, that makes them happy because they love toxicity and they love to mess up your immune functioning so they can grow stronger and stronger. And a lot of what we do here in this program is about building immune functioning. We look at including prebiotics in the diet to build, again, health in the gut. We even look at things like Monsanto and glyphosate and moving in the direction of eating organic as opposed to the stuff that gets sprayed by glyphosate and GMOs that erode the gut and gut biome. So we want a good, healthy gut biome. And in fact, our herbalist Barbara is now working on a gut restore herbal formula, which hopefully will be coming out in by the end of next month, if not earlier. So that's what it's all about. Now, what to do instead of scratching and itching is, first of all, anytime you're going to break a habit, the first thing is to become aware of it. Someone shared that they scratch during sleep. Well, you know, that's how unconscious the response to itching is, that you can even scratch yourself while you're asleep and wake up noticing a pool of blood next to you because you scratch your skin that much. So the idea is first become aware of it. During the day when you scratch yourself, you can become aware of it and you step back and say, I'm scratching my skin, I want to stop this, I want to stop this. Now, the alternatives to doing it are gentle massage and then, okay, apply something. I mean, I'm not here to sell our products, even though we probably have the best products in the whole wide world. But even if you go to the drugstore and get some amylactin or some Neosporin or something, or Caladryl lotion or whatever you can find, or get some neem oil or tea tree oil or something like that, and apply and massage that in. By the way, we do have the neem oil and the tree tea oil, and we have eucalyptus, and we have all these amazing oils in our store as well. If you're looking at our products, we have Claudia's Dream Cream, which is a combination of many different oils. We have Nature's Gift. We have, and I think probably the best of any of them is our Super Msm Gel. It's got MSM, which is organic sulfur, which is being dramatically depleted by these organisms from your skin. So you're in a crisis. Your skin is already in a crisis as it's depleted of organic sulfur. Organic sulfur happens to be in every cell of your body, and it's being depleted. So replenishing that makes a lot of sense. So the Super MSM Gel has also the Nature's Gift and diatomaceous earth in it. So apply that, rub it in. You can even put that on once a minute. And we're not the only people in the world that have MSM Gel. You can go on Amazon and buy it. But ours is super. It's got the diatomaceous earth and also the Nature's Gift in it. So apply these, massage it in, and within a few minutes, the itch is gone. And of course, make that diet work. So you cut the itching in the future dramatically, because once you get that diet to kick in, you make it kick in. I can give you the diet, but you need to make it work. You need to figure out your idiosyncrasies that may be standing in the way. It could be that maybe you're on some medications that actually increase dopamine levels in the brain. It could be like the medications that are often used with narcolepsy or ADHD, some of these medications. So you want to work around it. There are blog posts with that give alternative medications that you can discuss with your doctor. Again, we're not doctors here. We can just let you know, educate you. making the diet kick in, we've often talked about their list of about 11 medications in Chapter 6. We have a parasite herbal stop formula, so you don't even need medications. So there are other things, and boosting your glutathione levels can somehow make this diet kick in. And maybe you find an idiosyncrasy. You just can't have any grains for the first stage of the diet. So you make this diet kick in, and that helps dramatically alleviate the itching. Wow. So, Robin, you have anything to add?
No, the main thing is to have a supply of stuff with you, like the little spray pens that you send out when people order the Nature's Gift. I keep one in my car. I have another one in my purse. You want to be prepared because you don't know. I mean, even if you're totally clear, you could walk into some place that has springtails or mites, and they could attack you. And you want to be prepared to even neem oil, a neem oil spray. Just have something on hand so when you start itching, you can instantly deal with it, stop it in its tracks, and move on.
That is a fantastic point, Robin, because the bottom line is, and I thought of this as you were talking, walk in a place, each of us, because of who knows why, we have a propensity to attract these organisms. You are walking targets. Each of us are a walking target. So once you get your life back, you want to remember you're a walking target. And when you go someplace, you really want to have something with you. Our products are phenomenal. Or, like I said, take amylactin. I don't care what you take, but you want to have something so that when you become the target of these organisms that pop out of anywhere, that you can handle them right then and there and not have to wait a half hour till you get home to do something which may already be too late. They are that fast. They propagate, they multiply, they can take over your body very quickly. And that is not a conspiracy theory. That's reality. Mary, you have anything you'd like to add?
Yes, about the scratching. If your hair is wet, or what happened to me is when I'm in the shower, in the beginning, if my hair was wet, my scalp would start to itch, and I would start scratching, and it scratched the hair. I ended up with bald spots from it. So scratching is really bad.
Really bad. Thank you.
Well, don't forget the parasites can also cause the bald spots. They weaken the hair roots, so it doesn't take a lot for your hair to start falling out in places.
And I just realized I missed the most important problem with scratching. When you scratch, you use your fingernails. Are they disinfected?
Right. That's really true.
Are your fingernails disinfected? No, hell, you're transferring bacteria, right? So here you have the scratching and affecting the mast cells, creating leaky gut syndrome, creating all kinds of immune issues that complicate things. And you're putting bacteria, viruses, right into that skin, into that lesion that's going to cause more problems. More problems. So be aware of those of you who are new to the program, you're the ones that are itching the most. I'm sorry, but that's the reality. Those of you new to the program, you're itching the most. I welcome you. Get on that diet. Stop being a breeding, walking, talking, breeding machine with these organisms, and then become aware of that itching. And then step back and say, this is the last thing I want to do. I want to stop this itching. It's a natural instinct to scratch. I want to stop it. And then shift to amylactin, neosporin, or Nature's Gift, the Super Msm Gel, whatever you have on hand to apply. Unfortunately, I know way back when before I knew these things, there was nothing I could apply that would change things. Nothing. Nothing that I would apply, because sometimes the itching and the biting felt like it went to the bone. And Fortunately, with many of our products, that is different, especially that Super MSM Gel.
Well, this is interesting because this day I have the worst itch I've ever had, and here your topic is itch.
Talking to your itch.
Well, I couldn't contain myself. And that's not good, obviously. So anyway, I just put the Super MSM on, and it is helping, thank goodness.
Yes. Thank you.
But I've had, it's like, why? Why today? Is it so extreme?
It's hard to tell. That's where the value of having a diary comes in. There's something different that you did, or something you missed, or something you forgot.
Right.
And oftentimes you really don't know until you reflect. 2 or 3 days from now, you think back, and then you look at the diary, or you reflect on your memory, and you can figure out where you might have messed up or what contributed to it.
Right.
So sometimes you figure it out right away. Sometimes it can take a couple of days, and that's what makes the diary really valuable, because you don't have to depend on memory. It's written down. You can go back and look.
Right.
Thank you, Lynn.
Can I ask you a quick question?
Is it about itching?
Now,
we're going to go into the question and answer period next. Yes. Okay.
I'm just curious because I've had a rash for quite a while, on and off, whatever cycle it goes in. But the dermatologist gave me whatever creams, ointments to put on there, and to hydrate my skin. So when you use the MSM, is it hydrating your skin? Is it okay with the?
The Super MSM Gel has Nature's Gift in it, and Nature's Gift is hydrating. You can apply the MSM Gel. You can then apply water on top of it. You can apply the MSM Gel again, and you can alternate. And that the Nature's Gift will put the water into your skin.
Oh, see now, and they said don't use debriding soap. Is what I'm like going, what?
Who would tell you that?
Know?
Who would tell you that?
What? The a doctor was one or the other. The dermatologist or my doctor.
Does he know what debriding soap is? Does he know what? Does he know what liquid carbon is? Does he understand this stuff?
I have no clue, so I understand
you. Clue. He has no clue. There's nobody on earth that knows what debriding soap is other than us who use it.
I get it. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much. You saved my life today. Thank you. That's all I can say.
Keep coming back. That's what we're here for.
Bye-bye.
I'll just sit here. Rob and I and Mary and all of our coaches, we are lifesavers. That's our goal.